Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square with T-Square Talk. Hope everybody's having a great day. It is Friday morning. We made it through the week. I am super excited to hit the weekend and kind of take it easy. And here's the thing. Looking at what happened in the markets yesterday, a lot of buying opportunity possibly coming down through this weekend. We're seeing a lot of stuff taking devastating hits. Some of it taking hits as much as 7 and 8% in one day, which is pretty insane that something would take that big of a hit in one day. But part of me starting to wonder if we're seeing the economy really start to tank. We're seeing slowdowns in a lot of companies. We're seeing a lot of layoffs. We're seeing a lot of companies just slow down in sales. Exactly what we talked about in yesterday's video, and we're starting to see it happen with some devastating numbers today in a lot of different investments. So we're going to talk about that today. Here's the thing. Leave me a comment today. It doesn't matter what the comment is. It can be anything. Leave a comment. Today's comments are going to be read in tomorrow morning's video. So if you got a question, a thought about something, you're curious to hear my opinion, put a comment on today's video, and tomorrow it's going to be a long video. It's on a Saturday, and I'm going to sit there and I'm going to read through all the comments, and it's going to be an interesting video. So a good opportunity to get my thoughts on something. This is not financial advice. It's just my opinion. We are an entertainment channel. However, I like to share a lot of my thoughts and opinions here on the channel. So with that being said, please take a quick minute, hit the thumbs up, leave a like. Hype the video if you have that ability. Not everybody has the hype ability because it is beta testing right now. And if you're not subscribed, do the ultimate and hit that subscribe button. We're going to jump right in. We do have a lot to talk about. I don't expect a long video today. I'll be honest, I am exhausted. Yesterday was just super tiring. It's 11:17 right now at the time of me filming this video. And I've only been home for about an hour, literally. I've been working on stuff all day, so it has been a super busy day. So let's jump in, take a look at some of the charts. So right off the bat, silver under $50, down 1.61% or almost $1. I don't think that's anything major. It's down 81 cents. To me, it's like whoop-de-doo. Not a huge buying opportunity right now, but hopefully we're going to see one coming pretty soon. I know a lot of people think, oh, it can't go much lower. Who knows what can happen when you really look at the DXY, when you look at all the different stuff that we're going to take a look at today. So taking a quick look at gold price. Gold price still doing a good job holding over 4,000, sitting at $4,053. Bitcoin, whoa, holy smokes. When I hit this a few minutes ago, I said 86. So much, and it was even lower today. When I saw it today, it was at 85.5. I guess it went down as low as 85.3. Taking a devastating hit now. When you look at year to date on your investment, down 8% for Bitcoin. So taking a really good hit. No one would have ever expected this kind of a hit. This is huge. I know some people will say, well, it's normal that stuff doesn't go up in a straight line forever. And I would say they're right. However, what amazes me is all the hype claims about Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to be $1 million and all these crazy numbers. And I think we're starting to see Bitcoin pop. We're starting to see a lot of cryptos take devastating hits. I mean, the fact that we were under 100K was one thing, but now we're under 90K. May not be long before we're under 70K. Let's see where we were at the low point in the year. Yeah, we were down to 75 at the low point for this year, and that was on April 9th. So that was actually coinciding with a big hit in gold and silver. So that's kind of interesting. That's when that happened. But like I said, taking a huge hit. We'll see how this is going to play out in time. I mean, I'm still not a fan of Bitcoin. I mean, does it intrigue me a little bit? Yes. The blockchain, I think, is awesome technology. I'm just not a fan of Bitcoin. But here's the one that's really going to shock you. We're going to pull up this assets based on market cap, top 10 assets, top 12 assets based on market cap, and get ready to be shocked. A lot of red there. Red across the board in every category. Gold down 0.17%. Silver, I'm sorry, NVIDIA. We're going to go down the list in order, actually. I'm sorry. NVIDIA down 3.15% today. Apple down 0.86%. Microsoft down 1.6%. Alphabet down 1.03%. Silver down 1.79%. Amazon down 2.49%. And Bitcoin down 7.5% in one day. People that are still buying, this is going to get super interesting for Michael Saylor, where they have been selling stock. I'm curious what I almost want to pull up their stuff. They've been selling all their shares at huge premiums, and now it's going to get interesting because as the price falls, they're going to be in a hard position, I believe, because they can't really sell. If they start selling, they're the big holder. I mean, if they decide to sell, that's going to look very bad for Bitcoin because they're the big fish buying. So we'll see how that's going to play out. It's going to be really interesting, to be honest. I'm super excited to see how this plays out because if Bitcoin doesn't sustain this, what's coming, I really think a lot of the Bitcoin people are going to shift their money back into gold and silver, and then we're going to see a run, and that could get crazy. A lot of people ask me, if the stock market tanks, does it necessarily mean gold and silver will tank too? I've always said there's a good chance that it will tank. I just think it will be short-lived. And right now, we are kind of seeing that tanking. We'll see how that will play out as time goes on. But that's a lot of red in all the indexes today. We got the national debt right now at $38,220,000,000, continuing to rise. We got the DXY pumping up over 100 and doing a good job holding over 100. But remember, these are all manipulated numbers in terms of how they generate. The DXY today is not the same as the DXY 10, 15 years ago. That's what people have to understand. They're tweaking the numbers to make it not look as bad. And it's sad because a lot of people don't realize that. But I think they're going to learn eventually. And hopefully they don't learn too much on the hard way when they really need something. We got Dow Jones right now trading at 45,752, down 0.84% in one day. Pretty hard hit there, or down almost 400 points. We got the NASDAQ right now trading at 22,078, or down 2.15%, and really taking a big hit, not really doing much in overnight. Well, because the markets ain't open, but I'm just saying not really doing much until now, until morning. Whereas you can still follow the silver in the middle of the night. We have overnight trading in silver and gold, and in Bitcoin and other cryptos. S&P right now down 1.5%, 1.56, down 100 points. And like I said, with the markets getting hit this hard, this is not going to be good. We're going to see how this is going to play out. It's going to be super interesting. I expect there's going to be a lot of people that will, a lot of you guys that are watching the video probably will go to the coin shops this weekend, maybe some coin shows, try to pick up some good deals on stuff. I think that would be a good opportunity. I'm still not buying much right now until I see it under $50 in terms of I can pick up physical silver for comfortably under $50 now. A lot of people have been selling, so we are seeing a lot of selling still. However, I believe that there's going to be big buyers that will come into the picture, so I'm not stressing this at all. I'm not in it for the short run. I'm in it for the long run. I want my money to work for me, and I believe it does that when you're investing in gold and silver. But this is not financial advice, just my opinion. I'm curious to hear a lot of y'all's thoughts on if you think we are heading into a devastating recession. If you want to put a little bit more detail into your answer, I would love to read it. And I'm going to read all these comments tomorrow. I almost didn't want to do a video tonight because I really didn't have a whole lot to talk about right now, especially being exhausted. For me, this was just a really long day, but, who knows. I'm trying to think really what else we can talk about right now besides a huge recession that I believe is spiraling right at us right now. There's not really much that can be done. The problem is there's just too much debt. I do believe they'll try to cut interest rates and really plunge them down to try to promote business, try to get people spending, try to get the money moving around in the system. I don't think it's going to work right now because too many people are worried about the economy right now. And whether you're a stacker or you're not a stacker, you're seeing a lot of people that are caring about what's going on and getting very nervous about it. I'm seeing businesses slow, like I talked about. If you haven't watched yesterday's video, I highly recommend you check it out. Not going to be a long video. I'm kind of going to wrap up right off because I expect tomorrow to be a really long video, as a lot of people are going to put their questions, their comments in. Definitely leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts on what's going on. I'd love to hear them, and it will give me something to read and talk about tomorrow. With that being said, I'm going to wrap up super early. I know some people are probably disappointed. They're like, what? A 10-minute video? Really just a recap of what's going on right now, because I think a lot of people are getting nervous about the markets, and I think we're going to start seeing people start spending less. We're going to start seeing more savings, possibly, or paying down their credit cards, because people are already not able to afford everyday stuff. Everything is getting more and more expensive, and I think it's going to continue to climb in price. So we'll see how that's going to play out. And with that being said, take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and to be prepared for what's coming, because it's not going to be pretty. A lot of people think, oh, they're going to be prepared or whatever, but you know, it's scary, because even when you think you're prepared, you find out later that you're not quite as prepared as you could have been. So gonna wrap up here. Hit that thumbs up button, leave me a comment so I got something to read for tomorrow's video, and I will see you guys again on T Square Talk. Take care, everybody, and have a great day.